What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to do a video on the very famous, very awesome Bahco Laplander. The Bahco Laplander is an awesome pocket saw that, as you can see here, has a positive lock that fits into your pocket, opens up, and does a phenomenal job of cutting branches 2 to 3 inches that you wouldn't really want want to use your survival blade on. I mean, you definitely could, but there's nothing better than using something like this to cut through those smaller branches. If you're putting together a fire, trying to put together a shelter, or just wanting to do some generic woodworking around the house or around the campsite. The Bahco Laplander, I did a lot of research, tried to figure out, hey, which one would be the best one? The reason that I went with the Bahco over, let's say, the Silky is that the Bahco actually makes it a lot easier because you can cut in both directions, whereas the Silky only cuts in one direction. And that makes cutting a lot faster, a lot easier, requires less technique. And so if for whatever reason, you need to use it left-handed, you would still have pretty good cutting technique even without that extra dexterity. So why would you use something like this? So obviously, as you're putting together a fire, you can use your survival knife. You can see here, this is the SC4. I've already got a video about that, so check out the channel if you want to take a look at that. This SC4 is just great for those like finer woodworking tasks, and if you wanted to create some feather sticks to get your fire started. But as your fire gets going, you also want to make sure that you're putting together. I love the positive lock on this thing. I mean, the SC4 is just, these two is just a perfect 1-2 punch combo. I mean, if there's literally just 2 knives / blades that you wanted to get to take to the end of the world, these 2 would be it. All right, a little bit of a rant there, but I just wanted to go and talk a little bit more about the Bahco Laplander. So why would you use something like this? Yeah, let's say you got the feather sticks going, you've got your fire going. You bring in the Bahco Laplander to find all of those small dead branches and trees that are nearby. And instead of them being so big and you want to use your feet and kick them down to break them down, use something like this. This is going to make your job so much easier. You have less likely that you're going to accidentally kick it with your feet and break it, and then all of a sudden it ends up jabbing you in the calf and you're risking injury. Just use something like this. I think it's like 20 bucks. It's perfect for your camp kit. You can just throw it in a box. You don't have to worry about it. It's got an awesome, I think this is like a rubberized overmold grip. It's got a nice little palm swell right on the back, so it really fits the hand great. It's got a swooping curve to it, and so it makes cutting just super easy. It does a great job of like that pull stroke as well as the push stroke to make cutting through things super fast. It's made in Sweden. I've had this thing for maybe 10 years, and you can see here it's got like no rust on it. The lock on it, which is one of the areas where it's supposed to fail, still holding solid. I mean, an absolute beauty of a knife. You can see here it's got a positive lock on there. So yeah, I mean, Bahco Laplander, this is really a phenomenal piece of kit. I definitely think that everyone should own it. If you've already got a good survival knife, that should be your first purchase. Make sure you're getting one of these. This is going to be able to do everything from the feather sticking to the batoning to the chopping. But if you want something that's a little bit more specific to the job, you're going to be hard pressed to find something better than the Bahco Laplander.